one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
Because it's who you are. And you've always been.
This story comes to us from AP News. From the Associated Press, we get this news. And this one, I'll see if the video is still available, and I'll put a link to it in the description box. But I do want to say and warn you that if disturbing images or videos affect your mind or affect you, don't watch it. Don't. The only reason I watched it was because I was trying to get in this guy's head. But it's really disturbing. But an active duty member of the United States Air Force has died after he set himself ablaze outside the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. He was declaring he will no longer be complicit in genocide. He's a 25-year-old airman, and Aaron Bushnell of San Antonio, Texas, ended up succumbing to his injuries. Now, what happens? They tell you the story here. I'm just going to give you what I saw. Then they talk about some other stuff. But what I saw here was this airman walk up. He's got a can or a cup of, it's obviously a flammable liquid. He pours it on himself. It kind of looks like water. And then he, says some words. And then he lights himself ablaze and says, "Free Palestine." And he says it a few times before just giving in to the pain. And then silence, and then he just looks like he's standing there for a while on fire and falls over. But it's blurred out. Most of it's blurred out, but you can tell what's going on. But the Air Force says that Bushnell was a cyber defense operations specialist with the 531st Intelligence Support Squadron at Joint Base San Antonio. He had served on active duty since May of 2020. And he was only an airman, 4 years. Colonel Selena Noyes, commander of the 70th Intelligence, Surveillance, and Reconnaissance Wing, said, "When a tragedy like this occurs, every member of the Air Force feels it. We extend our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of Senior Airman Bushnell." Demonstrators held a vigil for him outside the Israeli embassy Monday night. Now, they say the incident happened as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is seeking the cabinet approval for a military operation in the southern Gazan city of Rafah, while a temporary ceasefire deal is being negotiated. Now, Israel's military offensive in Gaza, however, has drawn criticisms, including genocide claims against the Palestinians. And so that's where all this comes in. And then this airman comes up there and he's "Free Palestine." And, and I don't get people setting yourselves on fire to say, "I'm sacrificing myself for these people." Yeah, but that's not going to help you in the afterlife. I don't know. Some people don't, faiths are different. I get it. Each individual may have a different faith than you, or may have no faith in any God or what have you. But I'm just going to say this. When you do this and then you end up dying from the burns, God's not going to go, "You sacrifice yourself." I get it. No, you basically put yourself in the place of God and said, "Look, it's time for my life to end for these people." While God's gone, I choose when. So that's what I'm saying is you basically took the choice away from God, made it your own, and it's no good. Guys, there has to be a better way to protest than to set yourself on fire. And for anyone who's suffering from depression or thinking about suicide, so forth, it's not worth it. Just let God choose the time and place and manner for you, okay? You just live your life, but live it smartly and with joy. I don't know. Boy, I turned that around, didn't I? But that's the story. What was this guy thinking? Was he depressed? And how do you do that?